Hey, red carpet queens, get ready because the news cycle is absolutely exploding, and we've got the juiciest, most talked about updates to break down for you. The world of film and culture is buzzing, and you're about to get the inside scoop on the stories that everyone will be talking about. From searing critiques of new cinematic masterpieces to the latest buzz from major festivals, we're diving deep into the moments that matter. Stay locked in because you won't want to miss a single second of this high-octane news dump. Let's get into it. First up, we're heading to the hallowed halls of academia with a film that's already sparking major conversations. Think sharp intellects, hidden agendas, and a central performance that's being hailed as career-defining. This isn't just a movie review. It's an exploration of complex themes that are hitting hard and making audiences question everything. Get ready for a deep dive into a drama that's as provocative as it is visually stunning, featuring a legendary star in a role that's redefining her legacy. Then, we're jetting over to the prestigious Venice Film Festival, where a particular campus drama has not only premiered, but has also ignited a firestorm of discussion. This film is being praised for its biting commentary and a lead performance that's nothing short of spectacular, offering a fresh, no-holds-barred look at contemporary issues within a prestigious academic setting. We'll unpack the critical reception and what makes this movie a must-see, especially if you're looking for cinema that challenges and proves. And the festival buzz continues. We've got more insights from the Venice Film Festival, focusing on the star power and the powerful reactions this film has garnered. It's a story that's not afraid to tackle sensitive subjects head-on, pushing boundaries and generating passionate debate. We'll hear directly from the cast about their intentions and the impact they hope the film will have, revealing why this particular drama is already a major talking point on the global stage. Finally, we're going to talk about a film that's generating Oscar buzz before it's even widely released. This is a powerful Me Too narrative, anchored by a performance that critics are calling Oscar-worthy. We'll break down why this movie is resonating so deeply and what makes it a potential awards season frontrunner. Stick around because you need to know about this one. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update from Red Carpet Queens. A muddled masterpiece of academia. Luca Guadagnino's After the Hunt arrives with a cinematic flourish, immediately signaling its intent to dissect the complexities of sexual accusation and academic ambition within the rarefied air of Yale University. The film boasts a visually arresting, dark, and foreboding aesthetic, coupled with a psychologically charged atmosphere that promises a gripping narrative. At its core, it tackles pressing contemporary issues of social justice and sexual morality, daring to offer perspectives that challenge prevailing societal norms. Leading the charge is Julia Roberts, delivering a performance of cold, compelling sardonic intensity as a philosophy professor whose personal life remains as guarded as her intellectual pronouncements on Mitchell Foucault. Her portrayal of Alma Imhoff is a masterclass in nuanced acting, making After the Hunt an urgent and provocative conversation starter. However, the film is not without its perplexing moments. Audiences may find themselves repeatedly questioning the narrative's direction, wondering, what just happened? This sense of bewilderment, while perhaps intentional in cultivating an air of enigma, can detract from the immersive experience of this realistic academic drama. Despite its evident craft and intrigue, After the Hunt ultimately presents a muddled experience, marked by moments of tension interspersed with contrivances and unresolved questions, leaving it feeling less than fully satisfying and unlikely to be a box office smash. The film's deliberate stylistic homage to Woody Allen's opening credits, the distinct white Windsor light, font on a black background, alphabetical cast listing, and vintage jazz, serves as a bold declaration of its thematic territory, particularly given the subject of sexual accusation. Written by debut screenwriter Nora Garrett, the dialogue crackles with witty, brittle exchanges that authentically capture the cutthroat intellectualism of academia. Guadagnino skillfully avoids a didactic approach, instead allowing characters to reveal themselves gradually, fostering an atmosphere of deliberate uncertainty. The cinematography by Malik Hassan Saeed enhances this, blending documentary precision with a stately, somber tone, even elevating mundane settings like a college bar to visual significance. The narrative centers on Alma Imhoff, a popular philosophy professor, whose marriage to Frederick, a psychoanalyst, is marked by a subtle power imbalance. Her professional life is equally charged, as she and her close friend and fellow professor, Hank Gibson, Andrew Garfield, are both vying for tenure. Their rivalry is fueled by witty banter and underlying competition, with Alma dismissing the notion that her gender could be an advantage in securing tenure, viewing it as outdated sexism. Both professors court Maggie Resnick, Ayo Edebiri, a graduate student whose thesis Alma advises. The tension escalates when, after a party at Alma's home, Maggie and Hank leave together. Though the specifics are not shown, the implication is that they went to Maggie's apartment, where the film's pivotal event unfolds. Shortly after, Maggie arrives at Alma's home, alleging that Hank sexually assaulted her. Alma's initial questioning of Maggie, driven by her friendship with Hank, is met with a swift accusation of betrayal from Maggie, who expects unwavering support as a fellow woman. The film deliberately leaves the audience uncertain about the truth. Hank, however, presents his own version of events at an Indian restaurant, claiming Maggie plagiarized her thesis and fabricated the assault accusation to avoid consequences. The film cues the audience to believe Hank, particularly through Andrew Garfield's portrayal of righteous indignation, as Hank feels unjustly cast as a male predator. However, the film takes an unexpected turn when Alma informs the Dean of Humanities that she believes Maggie, despite evidence suggesting otherwise. This decision, which the film implies is a strategic move to protect her career in a climate of perceived witch hunts, is played by Julia Roberts with such emotional neutrality that Alma's betrayal feels muted. The narrative further perplexes when Hank is summarily fired after confronting Alma, a swift dismissal that bypasses expected academic procedures for handling accusations, particularly within an Ivy League setting. The film's title, After the Hunt, signals a shift to the aftermath, where the drama becomes increasingly complex and, at times, opaque. Alma harbors a secret from her past that mirrors the film's central conflict, revealed through a flimsy plot device involving an envelope of evidence found by Maggie in Alma's restroom. Additionally, Alma's recurring abdominal pain and reliance on forged prescriptions from a school physician, played by Claire Sevigny, become crucial to a major plot development concerning her tenure, intertwining personal struggles with professional stakes. After the Hunt draws parallels with Tar, particularly in its portrayal of an egocentric figure within a specific cultural sphere. While it critiques aspects of modern discourse, including gender pronouns and privilege, After the Hunt leaves its protagonist, Alma, an opaque figure, forcing viewers to decipher her motivations and actions, which ultimately detracts from the dramatic impact. But what happens when the lines between accusation and defense blur, and personal ambition clashes with perceived justice? Stay tuned as we uncover more about this complex campus drama and its reception at the Venice Film Festival. A biting campus drama anchored by Julia Roberts, Luca Guadagnino's After the Hunt immediately immerses viewers in the intellectual milieu of Yale University, opening with a scene that sets a tone of sophisticated, albeit pretentious, academic discourse. The film's visual style, marked by a title font reminiscent of Woody Allen's signature look, signals a deliberate engagement with complex themes. While the discussions on tenure might initially feel dense, the film's broader portrayal of the modern campus as a battleground for progressive politics strikes a highly relevant chord. This film is a significant showcase for Julia Roberts, offering what is arguably her most compelling performance in years, one that could redefine her public image and solidify her status as a formidable dramatic actress. Roberts embodies Alma Imhoff, a philosophy professor who hosts engaging, albeit intense, salons at her home, inviting students and colleagues to debate issues of collective morality and social critique. Central to these discussions is her close friend and colleague, Hank Gibson, played by Andrew Garfield, who shares Alma's critical perspective on contemporary society, particularly concerning the perceived oversensitivity to offense in the digital age. Representing the younger generation is Maggie Resnick, Ayo Edebiri, a bright graduate student who appears deeply impressed by Alma. The narrative takes a pivotal turn during one of Alma's salons. While searching for a bathroom, Maggie discovers a mysterious envelope containing what appears to be a photograph and a newspaper clipping. Though she pockets the clipping, the discovery hints at underlying secrets. Later, Alma observes Maggie and Hank leaving her party together, with Hank appearing somewhat disoriented but in good spirits. The plot thickens when Maggie visits Alma's apartment, revealing herself to be gay and having a non-binary partner named Alex. Maggie alleges that Hank assaulted her at her apartment after they left Alma's gathering. When confronted by Alma, Hank vehemently denies the accusation, framing himself as a victim of what he describes as the current cultural climate's shallow reactions, particularly the perceived common enemy status of the straight, white, cis man. He suggests Maggie is overly sensitive and has fabricated the assault claim. What follows is an almost Brechtian examination of Alma's predicament. Torn between defending her friend and maintaining her professional integrity and intellectual rigor, Alma faces a difficult choice. The film subtly introduces Maggie's racial identity and privileged background as potential complicating factors, especially as the narrative progresses through accusations, cancellations, and escalating recriminations within the university. The shadow of David Mamet's Olana looms large, yet Guadagnino, working from Nora Garrett's script, imbues the story with a more balanced, female-centric perspective. The film sharply critiques the excesses of political correctness and the perceived tendency of some youth movements to stifle dissenting opinions, often with darkly humorous effect, particularly in scenes where Alma reaches her breaking point with Maggie. A notable comedic moment involves the embattled British rock star Morrissey. However, After the Hunt transcends mere critique of woke culture. It is a thoughtful exploration of contemporary societal dynamics and their potential consequences, even questioning the established norms of the academic elite and their bourgeois fetishization of education. While After the Hunt may not become a mainstream watercooler topic, its impact on audiences drawn in by Robert's star power could be profound. This film may well represent a significant milestone in Robert's career, showcasing a performance as powerful as her turn in Erin Brockovich, and establishing itself as a remarkable achievement in its own right. But what happens when accusations fly, and the truth becomes a complex, multifaceted issue? We'll delve into the film's reception and the conversations it's sparking at the Venice Film Festival next. Generating conversation, Roberts on After the Hunt at Venice. Luca Guadagnino's latest film, After the Hunt, made its debut at the Venice International Film Festival, and it has already become a focal point for intense discussion. According to star Julia Roberts, this widespread discourse is precisely the intended outcome. At a press conference following the screening, described by Variety as tense, Roberts stated, "If making this movie does anything, getting everybody to talk to each other is the most exciting thing that I think we could accomplish." This sentiment underscores the film's ambition to provoke thought and dialogue on its challenging subject matter. The film centers on Robert's character, a college professor, who finds herself embroiled in a high-stakes situation when her mentee, played by Ayo Edebiri, accuses a respected professor, portrayed by Andrew Garfield, of sexual assault. Garfield's character, in turn, maintains his innocence, claiming the accusation is false. The film tackles these sensitive issues without offering simple resolutions, as suggested by its tagline, "Not everything is supposed to make you comfortable." Roberts embraced this philosophy during the press conference, responding to a journalist's observation that the movie revives old arguments about the Me Too movement and the principle of believing women. Roberts playfully agreed, noting, "I don't necessarily think it's reviving just an argument of women being pitted against each other or not supporting each other. There's a lot of old arguments that get rejuvenated in this movie in a way that does create conversation." She further emphasized the film's aim to stimulate audience engagement. "The best part of your question is that you all came out of the theater talking about it. That's how we wanted it to feel. You realize what you believe in strongly because we stir it all up for you. So, you're welcome." When questioned about the film potentially undermining the feminist movement, Roberts quipped about the nature of the questions, clarifying the filmmaker's intent. "We're not making statements. We are portraying these people in this moment in time. I don't know about controversy, per se, but we are challenging people to have conversation. To be excited or infuriated about it is up to you. Guadagnino echoed Robert's perspective, describing the film as an exploration of people and their truths. He elaborated, "It's not that one truth is most important, it's how we see the clash of truths and what is the boundary of these truths together. It's not about making a manifesto to revive old-fashioned values." The film is slated for its North American premiere at the New York Film Festival before its nationwide theatrical release on October 17th. The trailer for After the Hunt is also available, offering a glimpse into the film's provocative narrative. But what happens when the truth is elusive and the narrative itself becomes a battleground? We'll explore another highly anticipated film that's generating significant buzz from the Venice Film Festival next. Oscar buzz for Robert's Me Too drama, After the Hunt. Luca Guadagnino's After the Hunt is not just a film. It's a cinematic event generating significant Oscar buzz, particularly for Julia Roberts' transformative performance. The movie, set against the backdrop of Yale University, delves into the murky waters of sexual accusation and academic politics, presenting a narrative that is both timely and deeply provocative. Critics are already hailing Roberts' portrayal of a philosophy professor as potentially career-defining, positioning the film as a strong contender in the upcoming awards season. The film's narrative is built around a core conflict. A student accuses a professor of sexual assault, while the accused vehemently denies the allegations, claiming fabrication. This central tension, amplified by the academic setting, explores themes of power, truth, and the complexities of navigating accusations in a highly charged environment. Roberts embodies Alma Imhoff, a professor whose personal and professional life becomes entangled in the unfolding drama. Her performance is described as a masterclass in nuance, capturing a character wrestling with intellectual rigor and the emotional fallout of the accusations. After the Hunt is being praised for its willingness to engage with the Me Too movement and its attendant debates, but it does so without providing easy answers. Instead, it prompts viewers to confront their own perspectives and biases. The film's script, penned by Nora Garrett, is noted for its sharp dialogue and authentic depiction of academic rivalries and intellectual posturing. Guadagnino's direction is lauded for its atmospheric tension and visually striking cinematography, which contribute to the film's overall sense of unease and intrigue. The critical reception highlights the film's ability to spark conversation, with many reviewers pointing to the nuanced performances from the entire cast, including Andrew Garfield as the accused professor and Ayo Edebiri as the student. The film's exploration of the fallout from accusations, the pressures of tenure, and the personal secrets that lie beneath the surface of academic prestige makes for a compelling and often unsettling viewing experience. The comparison to films like Tar is frequent, noting a similar focus on complex, morally ambiguous characters navigating fraught social landscapes. Roberts herself has spoken about the film's intention to provoke discussion, emphasizing that the goal was not to offer simple solutions, but to create a space for dialogue. This approach has resonated with critics, who see After the Hunt as a significant contribution to contemporary cinema's engagement with sensitive social issues. The film's success at festivals and the widespread critical acclaim for Roberts' performance suggest that it will be a major talking point throughout the awards season, potentially culminating in nominations and wins. But what happens when a film's subject matter sparks debate and its stars are at the center of the conversation? We'll wrap up our look at the festival buzz with a final thought on why this film is a must-watch. What a whirlwind of cinematic news. We've seen Julia Roberts redefine her career in a provocative campus drama, explored the intense discussions sparked at the Venice Film Festival, and witnessed a film generating serious Oscar buzz for its timely Me Too narrative. It's clear these stories are making waves and challenging audiences. Don't miss out on any of our deep dives. Make sure you like this video, subscribe to Red Carpet Queens for all your breaking entertainment news, and hit that notification bell so you're always the first to know. Plus, drop a comment below and tell us which story grabbed your attention the most, and follow us on all our social media channels for even more exclusive content. We'll see you next time.